What is up, guys? Every summer I do a series of videos about tips and how to save money on travel, and I wanted to start right now as we get into the end of May and as you start traveling in June. I wanted to give you some tips for saving money and some tips for traveling, and today is going to be all about hotels. I have been traveling for the past 4 summers every single day, Monday through Friday, going to different districts and different conferences, and I want to share with you some of the things that I have learned through my travels to help you save money and help you save some of the hassles. So today I want to talk about hotels. So first and foremost, I want to let you know something that you don't know if you don't travel a lot, but every major hotel brand now has a new hotel brand underneath it. And the great things about these new hotel brands, which most people don't recognize the names, is these are newer hotels. All these hotels have been built within the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So you are walking into a brand new hotel with elevators that work, carpets that are cleaned, and things that are not broken. And every major hotel brand has one of these brands underneath them. Holiday Inn has Avid. I love Avid. I call these hotels IKEA hotels because all the furniture looks like IKEA. They're real hip hotels. Here's one of the best things about all these hotel brands. They all have free breakfasts, and most of them have free shuttle services to airports. So Holiday Inn has Avid. Marriott has Aloft, A-L-O-F-T, Aloft. Hilton has Tru, T-R-U, and Best Western has Glow, G-L-O. All 4 of these hotels are under a major brand, and you might not recognize those names because they are the newer brands within the major hotel corporations. Avid, Aloft, Tru, and Glow. All 4 of those are going to be great hotels. They're going to be the lower end of all those, and they're all going to be newer buildings. So you are stepping into a great hotel, and they all have free breakfast. The next thing is check for breakfast. One of the ways you can save money is with free breakfast. Not all of them have that. Most of them have breakfast for under $15 for a buffet. Sometimes when you're checking on the sites, you can get a stay and eat, and it ends up being $10, which is still a good deal for a full breakfast. But check and see about shuttle services and about free breakfasts, because you can save yourself a lot of money on those breakfasts. Now, where do I get my hotel deals? Let me tell you what I do and what I would encourage you to do. Priceline is your friend. Always use Priceline first. You don't necessarily have to book with Priceline, but use Priceline as an amazing tool. When you go into Priceline, you put your dates in, you put your location in, and it gives you a map and it gives you all the hotels, and you can compare all of the hotels. And generally, I save anywhere from $30 to $50 on a hotel room. And so you can check with Priceline, and you need to understand on Priceline, when you see the room and it says the room is $89 a night, there is a Priceline fee. It's usually around $20 or $25. So it ends up being about $109 for the night. But it's still generally cheaper than when you go to the corporate hotel websites or apps. But don't just book on Priceline, because the hotels have caught on to this, and a lot of times you can get cheap rooms with the hotel website. So here's what I do. I go on Priceline, I look at all the hotels, I look at what the general cost is in there, and I look at some hotels that I would like to stay in. I look at the map as to where I'm going to be, and then I go to the actual web pages of the hotels. Most of the time I find that I'm going to save money with Priceline, but sometimes not. Sometimes it's within $10 or $20, and if it's within $10 or $20, I will book it through the hotel because I want points on Marriott and points on Hilton. But if it saves me more than $30 or $40, then I will go with Priceline. Now, here's a couple things about Priceline. First and foremost, most of the hotels are non-cancellation. You can't cancel it. And so do not book on Priceline if you think there's going to be any reason. If you're traveling and you think there's going to be bad traffic and you're not going to get there, they will not allow you to cancel. Now, some of them are, and it says that on there, free cancellation within 24 hours. But most hotels on Priceline do not allow you to cancel. On your hotel web pages, you can usually cancel without any kind of problem within 24 hours or 48 hours of your stay. So check on Priceline. It's going to give you all the information without having to go to a bunch of different sites. It gives you shuttle services. It gives you parking. Check the parking fee, because some of them charge $25, $30 a night for parking. It gives you whether there's going to be free breakfast or not, and it gives you the type of room. Now, here's another thing with Priceline. You can't change your room type. So if I book on Marriott and I go into a Marriott and I say, I don't want a king size room, I need 2 queens, generally they will change that. They won't do that on Priceline. They will tell you you booked through a third party, and Priceline's just the only one I've used. You might be able to try one of the other ones. They will not change the type of room that you booked. So if you add grandma to your trip and now you need an extra bed and you've booked through Priceline, but you booked a king size bed, it will not let you change. So those are just some ideas and some tips. Check on Priceline, because it's going to tell you if it has free breakfast, if it has shuttle, if there's a cost for the parking. Priceline gives you all the information that you need, and it gives you a price. Then, once you found a couple hotels that you like, go directly to the corporate hotel webpage, look and see what they're offering, and you can book through them if you're not going to save a good amount of money. But I have not ever had a problem with Priceline. And try the 4 hotels that all the major brands have just come out with in the past 6, 7, 8 years: Avid, Aloft, True, and Glow. Those are amazing hotels. They're all brand new, and I think you're going to like them. Check back in the next couple days. I'm going to do a video on renting cars, on getting your airlines and your flights, and give you some information, and share this with your friends.